Hello Spoons! Welcome back to the Spoonie channel where we are raw, real, and pain recognizes pain. I haven't been able to film in a week, and there's a very good reason. Like, I'm sweating already. I've been in a flare for about 6 days now. And here's the thing. I really wanted to... Sorry, I'm just moving my monitor over. I really wanted to come on when I'm in flares, but we all know how hard it is. I mean, and that's kind of the reason I wanted to record today. I had absolutely no plans. It's Mother's Day. But I started thinking about the things that I do while I'm in a flare, the things that I'm willing to give up spoons for, the things that I'm not, the stuff that I like to do, how kind of being in a flare affects me day to day. They're silly things, but I kind of wanted to go over a couple of them with you, just so that if you're looking for ways to deal with things, maybe it'll help you. And yeah, because look, I've cried in your face for like 3 or 4 videos now, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen in this one, because if you think it's not, then that's on you. You should know what you're watching. I don't even know if I can wink. But I kind of wanted to be a little more lighthearted about it, because I personally can't take being down anymore right now. So, I just took a shower, and this is part of me wanting to be 100% real with you, and you can call me dirty, filthy, nasty, gross, lazy, all you want. We know. Look, I haven't showered in 6 days. 6. Count them. This many. And I'm saying that because if you are sitting home in dirty, nasty pajamas and you haven't showered for a week, I don't want you to feel like you're alone. I don't want you to feel like you're gross. I don't want you to feel like you're lazy, because we're all doing it. We're all doing it. And the funniest part of it, and this is kind of a story as into how you know you're feeling badly, is when I shower, I'm a very routine-oriented person, and I'm going to go into why I think it's gotten worse, but I'm a very routine-oriented person. I've always been that way. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a homebody. I mean, now I'm a homebody. I was not a homebody when I was healthy. My family used to joke that we were never home on the weekends. Like, a weekend came and we were camping, we were scuba diving, we were like doing taekwondo tournaments, we were everywhere. So, but now I'm a homebody, and I'm super routine oriented. So when I go into the shower, I have a routine. I know what I'm going to do. It's always shampoo. So first thing is, I get in, I get my hair nice and wet, and we shampoo. We rinse that out, and then we go to conditioner. As the conditioner is in my hair, I shave my armpits. The only thing that gets shaved. And look, number 2, if you are sitting there with spider legs, I'm with you on that one too. My husband's okay with it. I'm okay with it. And look, it's got to be a really special occasion for me to whip out a razor, bend over, and try to shave my legs. Just saying. Nasty, gross, lazy, whatever you want to call me, we all know. So, don't feel bad if you've got your spider legs and you're in your week old pajamas, you know? So, as I'm conditioning, I shave my armpits, and then when I'm done with that, I know that you love hearing about how I take my shower. I rinse out my conditioner, and then I shut the water off. And I'm telling myself off, and I went, you didn't wash your actual body. Like, I went through and did my routine, and I am so routine oriented. Like, this is something I never forget. I was going to get out of the shower after not taking one for 6 days and not even wash my body. That's pain brain. Like, for real. And I do think that is why I've gotten even more routine oriented, because I know that there are a lot of times that I am not going to remember things. I am not going to be able to follow a train of thought. And it's not because I don't want to listen to you. I want to hear what you're saying. Like, I genuinely want to hear what you're saying. I am somebody that is a very active listener. I like to make eye contact. I like to try to make sure that you know that I'm listening to you. And both my husband and my son will attest to this, because I get a little feisty if they're on their phones when I'm talking to them. I think it's disrespectful. I'm not saying that they're disrespectful, because they're really not. The times that it happens are so few and far between. But I want active listening, and I can't do that when I'm like this. You see me wiping, like my mustache and everything. It's because I'm literally sweating in here. The pain is just killing me. But you know, the thing is about a shower is that when you've been dirty for so long, no matter, and let me back up, because I'm going to call myself out as well. One of the reasons that a shower is so hard for me is because between you and me, I think I need a shower seat. Like, I can't stand for that long. I can't. And I know I need one. And once again, that old Spoonie pride, that hubris, those things that I have delineated that I feel make me disabled. I told you, I'm still working on this stuff. I'm not perfect. I don't have it figured out. 13 years and I don't have it figured out. And I'm not saying I should, because I don't think anybody does. But, and see, I totally lost my train of thought of where I was going with this. Like, legitimately. Oh, active listening. I picked it back up. So, when I don't remember what you told me, or when I can't actively participate in a conversation, it's not because I don't want to hear what you're saying. It's because I literally can't focus. Like, I think the running commentary in my mind is survive, smile, survive, smile, survive, smile, survive, smile. Like, that's the running commentary in my head most days. So yeah, that's just, and if that's what you're going through, if that's what you're feeling, and if people are making you feel bad about it, understand that if you haven't been dealing with chronic pain for a long time, or even if you have and you just think that you're being a bad friend, you're not. The pain will take away your ability to focus. It is absolutely true, and it's okay. You know, we just have to learn how to monitor and adjust, and I'm still learning how to do it. So, it's been a rough one, and today's Mother's Day, and my son can't come over because he's sick. He's so sweet. This is actually his room. This is his old room. He's in college. He's a sophomore in college, going into his junior year. And before anybody says anything, this is his room, but his college is 10 minutes away. Okay, so when he comes over, it's usually just to visit. He doesn't ever need a place to stay, but if he does, there's a desk behind you, there's a bed right there, there's an end table or a bedside table over there, there's even a mini fridge in here. Like, the space that I have to film is so small and can be taken out if he needs it. We're good. So don't think that I don't love my son. And, it's just, here's the thing. I wanted to record on Mother's Day because my husband has to work. And he works 2 jobs, and I'm saying that not because I'm complaining, because we are blessed enough for him to have 1 job, and blessed enough for him to have found a 2nd job to keep us going while I wait for disability. It's a long process right now. A long process. So he's working right now, and the reason that I'm pushing myself to do this is because I do want to save spoons for him. I said in my last video that my love language is taking care of people, and that's usually what I try to save my spoons for. Not because I want to get credit, not because I'm somebody that likes the thank yous. I am very bad at taking compliments. Once again, my entire family can attest to this. But I do it because that's truly what brings me joy. Doing for other people is truly what brings me joy. So usually when I save spoons, it's for that. I want to do my, like, low-key, really trying to heal from this flare, kind of, while they're doing stuff, so that I can be active as I can with them, which has been none at all this week. Literally none at all. And I told you I was going to talk about why I think I'm detail-oriented, and I didn't even. I think that I've had to become more and more detail-oriented as my disease has progressed, because if not, I will forget things. I will get out of the shower and not have washed my damn body. Like, that's just how it is. So I think I've taken a part of myself that's kind of always been there, and this is how routine-oriented I am. You want an example? Let's go there. If we go to, say, a restaurant and I get fries with something, no matter what it is, those fries will be eaten first. And the real reason is because I don't like cold fries. However, if those fries come blazing hot, like if I'm lucky enough to get blazing hot French fries, I will sit there and wait until they cool to the temperature I want and not even touch the entree. I have to eat them first. So I've kind of become a little stuck in there, but we're working on it. So kind of back to that love language and saving your spoons, I like to do for other people. And the biggest part that kind of weighs on my mind when I'm in a flare that I am learning to try to let go of is my concern for my husband and my son and how it affects them. Most specifically my husband, and that's not because I don't love my son at all. You know, like when Ryan Reynolds said I would use my wife as a human shield once that baby was born, my husband and I both know, like, he's number one. That's the way we personally feel it should be, and I'm not saying anybody else's mindset is wrong. But my husband is home with me. My husband has to take care of me. So, and this isn't what we signed on for. Like, when we said I do, and I know we said in sickness and in health, and he keeps reminding me of that, but this is not what we envisioned. When we envisioned our son, you know, going off to college, we envisioned us being young enough, because I was a young mother. You know, I'm going to go into it, but teen mom. And we thought as we got to our older years, we were going to be able to travel more together and do all that stuff, and that's just not the case. I can barely leave the house. And it's just so funny because I'm so worried about him. I am more invested in how my disease affects my husband and my son than what it's doing to me, truthfully. And that's not a, look at me, I'm saying it's not good. I don't take care of myself the way that I should, but one of the things that does help me save spoons, because I am going to be 100% with you, I live in Florida and I have a medical marijuana card. And you can drag me all you want, but I do want to tell people how it helps me. My husband has watched me rock and cry and puke and just writhe in pain. And as I've been able to take in that, as I've been able to use it, he's watched me actually relax. Now, don't think that if you're in a flare, it is possibly going to relax you to the part where you can go skipping around the house. No, but it takes me from a place where I literally want to jump off a cliff and pulls me back to where I can calm at least for a couple of hours. To me, it's one of the best things that helps me. I have other medication, but it is what it is. And I'm going to be honest about it. The other thing is, so when we're talking about how it's really hard when you're somebody who's preoccupied with how things affect other people, I did get a taste of how he feels. Because look, when I go to my doctors, he doesn't understand. And I'm gonna do a whole video on my diagnosis and my neurological events and things like that, but I really want to be in a mindset where I can give that information to you, because I kind of have atypical, there's no typical ankylosing spondylitis, let's be real, or Ehlers-Danlos, or degenerative disc, or TMJ, or any of the other door prize diseases that come with autoimmune and the rest of the crap we're going through. But mine didn't start in my SI joints. Mine kind of just spread throughout my back. I have a tumor. I mean, everything is bad, and my husband doesn't understand. He keeps asking my neurologist and my rheumatologist and stuff, why can't we do surgery? Why can't we do surgery? And finally, my doctor, the one that I love with all my heart, he looked at my husband and he said, look, your wife's back should be like this, right? I don't know which way is better for you. I'm going to look. He's like, this is what her back is. And he just twisted my husband's finger like really hard. He said, we can go in there and fix, but right now I'm just degenerating too fast that if they go in and fix things, it's going to be surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. And I know that's what some of you are going through. And I'm like, I almost feel lucky that they have that sense, even though I want to try to get better. I understand what he's saying. I can feel it happening to me. So I get where he's coming from, but my husband wants to fix things, right? It's how he is. He loves me. And I'm not saying that's how everybody shows how they love, but that's how he is. And I had never really had a taste of that because my husband was 18 and he was in the U.S. Air Force, and that's where we met. If you didn't watch the beginning of our love story, that's fine. I'll link it. You don't have to. That's not your jam. But we met in the Air Force, and I mean, the bottom line is, when you're in the Air Force and you're being deployed overseas, and things are coming up like SARS and new stuff that might have, and I'm not saying it's new, but things that are kicking up in the region. There are vaccines that need to be taken. There are things that, medications that you get injected medications that are injected that aren't FDA approved. And I'm not calling out the military for that, because the bottom line is it takes a long time to get FDA approval. A long time. And when these men are being deployed, they need this stuff now. Like, they have to try to prevent them from being victimized by the terrorist events that are going on in the world, or any kind of other stuff that might be over there. So, I mean, he used to come home with, softball-sized lumps in his arms. But he's been out for 20 years now, and the man never gets sick, like, ever. So I don't know what kind of voodoo that was in there, but he barely ever gets sick. So I don't really have to fawn over him when he's hurting or sick or stuff like that. But he had knee surgery, and I saw him in pain, and it was heartbreaking. Absolutely, positively heartbreaking. And the worst part is, I know how he's feeling now. Like, just how he doesn't know what I'm going through, now I know what he goes through, just on the smallest scale. Like, the most minimal scale, I know what he's going through, and I can't take it. It's eating me up inside. It takes that neuroses of how this disease is affecting my family, and it kind of turned it up to a higher level. So, I know we're kind of all over the place, and I said I was going to tell you some of the things that Save My Spoons for and stuff, but I just kind of wanted to chat with you and let you know how hard it is during flares. I mean, I literally showered today, and that was all I was going to do. And I was going to feel okay with that. And so should you, if you're feeling badly. That's a victory. You have to take those victories and not feel bad about what you didn't do today, and feel good about what you did. And even if it was nothing, even if it was getting up and walking from the bed to a chair, congratulations. And once again, I'm still working on doing that. 100%. Don't think that I'm good at it. I'm not. I'm stubborn. I'm prideful. But know that I'm going through it too. And I gotta cut this off, because this is about the limit of the time that I can sit here. My leg is bouncing. I don't know if my head is. I'm getting really gestury with my hands. That usually means that I'm ready to get on out of here. So, but I did want to film, and I did want to film where I wasn't bawling at you. And look, I didn't even cry once, and I didn't cut it out. Just telling you. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I love you. Happy Mother's Day to my mothers out there, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And pain recognizes pain, and I see you. I love you guys.